Did you know that there are American homeless in Medellin, Colombia? Let's jump into this story.
You're watching DC-born Rob, Racing Borders. And now, the news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. My name is Rob Christian, also known as DC-born Rob. I am going to read this story myself using AI again, but I'm going to read this story right quick. It's probably only a minute or two, and then I want to discuss after that. Let's jump in. Tourists from the United States, Argentina, and Brazil are like homeless people in Medellin. What happened to them? This revealed the Medellin District Ombudsman. The Medellin District Ombudsman expresses concern for the more than 40 foreign tourists in vulnerable situations who have entered the city's shelters, where people in street situations and emergencies are cared for. The tourists who have most requested the help of the social line 123 to enter these shelters are men from Argentina with 11 cases, from Ecuador with 9 cases, from the United States with 3 cases, from Chile with 3 cases, from Brazil with 2 cases, from Costa Rica with 1 case, from Canada with 1 case, from Albania with 1 case, from Norway with 1 case, from Bolivia with 1 case, from Cuba with 1 case, and other unidentified nationalities 9 cases. The reasons that register their admission are due to the consumption of psychoactive substances, theft of documents, some run out of money to cover their basic needs, temporary situations that force them to use this service, tourism, eviction from the neighborhood, and in most cases there is no data. In making this situation known, the Ombudsman indicated, this agency of the public ministry calls on the institutions to develop protection mechanisms for the tourist population and articulate to give an effective humanitarian response. Okay, so you've heard that. There are actually Americans right now. Now, this story is as of a couple of days ago or yesterday. This means that there are Americans that are going to Colombia, and just like going to Vegas or the Jersey Strip, you're going to run into the issue of possibly getting got, having your paperwork stolen from you, meaning, or you got robbed, you had your passport taken, you lost your passport, whatever reason, you ended up financially in a bind where you cannot support yourself and you could not return back to America. Now that assumes that you can't get back because of your passport, okay? So keep that in mind. Now you can get your passport replaced, and those who don't know, yes, it is possible that the police in Medellin will write you some sort of note that will get you on the plane to get you to Bogota, where you can get your passport, and then you can fly home from there. And maybe you can discuss with family or friends or whatever to get the money back. But you should have already had proof of onward travel when you received in Medellin, Colombia anyway, meaning you have to have a return ticket. Some people go, I'm sure, because they ask, as far as I'm concerned, they ask 50% of the time. So if you're one of those that think that you're just going to take a chance and go without return plans or plans on flying to another country, then you could possibly be in a bind. So this is for real. That means Americans and other nationalities as well are coming up forgotten. This is more of a reason to let your family and friends know where you are going, what you are doing. Check in daily, if not weekly, if not, if you live there, monthly, because this can happen. This is the last thing, next to the last thing I want to hear that's happening to an American or any other foreign national in Colombia, specifically Medellin, Colombia, because that's what I focus on. So the last thing I want to hear about is that there are 40 tourists right now, as of today, living in shelters. Thank God for the Ombudsman and for that organization in Medellin, Colombia, to even have shelters and allow people to dial 123 to be able to get in. Now, there's got to be some way to communicate with them if you have lost your phone, because there's going to be people that got robbed. And of course, one of the first things they're going to take is your cell phone, your wallet, your laptops, everything. They can clean you out. For some reason, I'm hearing that most of the time they leave the passport, and I guess that's just so that you will go away and not report the crime. But even if you report the crime, you know how it goes. I'm trying to get a couple of people on now, and there's some comments. If you read the comments, there's some people that have gotten got and have reached out to the police, and not much has happened on their behalf. Now, again, with the case that I announced a few days ago of the missing young man, who's to say that he didn't go to a shelter at some point? But that needs to be known. Now, what happens if you are looking for someone there? You need to know. I'm trying to get a young lady on the line right now to see if I can discuss this with her, exactly what happens. If I do, then I will input it right here. If not, it'll be at a future time. But it's a process to get through to the Fiscalia, to have the Fiscalia fill out some type of documentation. It's work. And if you don't speak Spanish, it's a challenge. So just believe that this is happening. I thought of this in the past, but not until this story popped up did it really come to the forefront that this is happening to Americans and other, again, foreign nationals. Tourists, you go there on vacation and you end up homeless and broke. And because when you get these drugs, remember, when you are drugged, you possibly, who knows what you got, first of all. Who knows what they gave you? Because remember, they're not doctors or nurses and they don't know what portion to give you. You could have brain damage. You could be altered or stay in some sort of state where you just cannot recognize who you are, do not know who you are or where you are. And the only thing you can do is reach out for assistance from the ombudsman's office or whatever homeless shelter type places that they have in town. So be aware that this is happening. If you see a distressed American or foreigner, and you speak to them and they speak in English or whatever language back, try to help them out. Try to help them out. And again, if you get stuck, reach out to me, dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com, dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. And I don't have all the answers. I'm just one person. I am blessed enough to have a researcher in O and to have a group moderator and interpreter and everything else in Luis, New York Marine. I am blessed to have these two individuals. I don't do this by myself. I edit and record and things like that. But the behind the scenes stuff where it counts when somebody gets hemmed up, this is where you're going to want some extra assistance. We need to stick together as a traveling community. What are we going to do? Are we going to organize? Are we going to do something? Are we going to give back? Are we going to help? And just on a side note, I will be asking for money coming up soon to go towards my charity for Christmas to help out the children there. So that will be coming soon. But what are we going to do for the individuals who just happen to go down, just like you? Other individuals who have gone to Medellin, Colombia, just like you, fell on hard times. Are we going to help them? First, we need to know that there's an issue, but are we going to help? What are we going to do? Please leave your comments below. I read all my comments. If your comment doesn't show up or something, but you just watch your language because it will get snatched out because of language, not by me. Someone commented earlier who just deleting. I don't delete any comments. I leave it up. But anyway, guys, you got to be safe. Now, what are we going to do? I'm going to leave you with that question. What are we going to do about the people going down and finding themselves in this situation? Now, I'm going to say it ahead of time. Some of you guys are going to say they get what they get. You can say that about anybody who falls on hard times, but you can't look at it like that. Don't you want help if you get stuck? Keep in mind, this can happen to you. You can get robbed, you can get drugged, and you can end up in this situation. So again, I'll leave you with the question, what are we going to do? Please leave the negative comments. There's going to be some negative people regardless. I get that. But come on, let's try to be helpful. Guys, gals, come on, let's try to be helpful. Again, travel, but travel safely. Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below.
We have a YouTube channel. Please comment and share if you like the video. Please subscribe and click the bell.